Well, hey there, my friends. Welcome to my channel, Ink and Whimsy. I'm Laura Daniels, and we're going to have a great time today using the Not Just for Boys Kit Club, and it's called Open Skies. It's their June kit, and just look at this color palette. I am so excited. These are the two photos we're going to scrapbook, creating a single page 12 by 12 layout, and it's of my son Dwayne when he was just 5 years old or 6. I'm gonna have to think on that, but he was playing t-ball. So we are also going to be doing a little bit of stenciling. So I'm excited to use these colors and apply this to the right side of the page. So we're going to have some fun with that. So I am going to clear this away, show you the actual cardstock we're going to be using, and we're going to get started. All right, so again, these are the photos we're going to be using. These are the pieces of cardstock that I have already cut that we are going to create this page with, as well as using this stencil and these colors right here. And then I have these pieces of ephemera that we're going to be using. Look how perfect these are. Stay cool, summertime, and play all day. All right, my friends, so let's get busy and let's have some fun. What I've had to do is I didn't have a full 12 by 12 sheet of this. It was just an 8.5 by 11. So I'm just going to piece it together and cut it off on the end. But that will be easy enough to do because everything else that we're adding, it will keep it from not being really visible. So we're going to put this on the very bottom. And we're going to meet this right at the edge there, and you're going to see with what we're going to add to this. Well, I didn't need to add it on the very end, did I? Because I'm cutting it off. But that's just a little thing in the world of big things, right? All right, so let's get the scissors and cut this edge off right here. I'm going to flip this over to make sure I'm nice and straight. All right, there we go. All right, so the next thing I want to do is add this sheet, I think, right here, right on the edge, because I want the torn look. And you'll notice in our son Dwayne t-ball uniform, it has that gorgeous orange. Now, this piece of cardstock has your larger check and then your smaller check on the back. I definitely wanted the smaller check. We're going to put this about right here. I'm going to keep it centered, and this wood grain, oh my gosh, I just think of the going to the beach and the beach huts and shacks along the beach and just the color of water. Love it. All right, let's do this. Have this even. I want to put this, I think, on the 4. Sounds good. Does that sound good? All right, now I am going to be using this stencil, and I want to put it about right up here, and I want to have this photo, and we're going to mat it, and then this one down here, and I'm going to have this in the background here, right here. So what I want to do then is to get the stenciling done before I put any of this down. So I'm going to move these out of the way. And I am going to mark that with a pencil where the top of that is. And of course I don't have a pencil with it. Well, we know it's at the 8, right? All right. So I need to stencil this along the 8. Now this is going to be a little scary. You know how I am when I'm trying to take out these paints and we are trying to create something here. We're going to use the aged mahogany. Then we're going to move into the spiced marmalade. And then just at the edges here, we're going to use mustard seed. So that's the order we're going to do these in. I did a practice sheet so that I could have an idea, you know, just combining different colors, how they look together. And this really brought out the colors in the cardstock, in their uniforms. So I was excited. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to uncover each one of them. Alrighty, and then we're going to start with the deepest color. Here, Goodness, you can tell I don't do this a lot. Let's start over. Here you go. How is that for graphics? Is that better? Okay, now we're starting. I'm going to hold this just like this, and I know it is already positioned in the right spot. And one thing I don't want to do is go too dark, but just dark enough you can see the variance in the colors. All right, here we go. All right, now I'm going to get my orange right here. We're going to come up from there. I'm trying not to go into the mahogany too much because I don't want to bring too much of that out onto the orange that I have. And now we're going to do the mustard seed. And this is where I really want to make sure you can see the yellow. And once I lift this, I guess I can go back and fix it if it's not perfect. But you know how I am about things being perfect. I'm here just for the fun of it. This starts to get too serious. We are stopping. Ooh, I like it. Ha, thank goodness. There's like no going back unless I'm going to flip the whole thing over. Ooh, that is not going to happen. All right, now we're going to get, I will leave these up here if you can still see them. I want to secure my paper now since we've already done that. Doesn't it look cool already? I am excited. Oh my goodness. We are going to have some fun today. Where's the daggum glue dot? All right, it varies. Now it's on this side. All right, so here we go. Can't wait for you to see this all coming together. Yes, and I have a little bit of this stuff on my hands. Be careful when you're doing that stuff. Oh. All right, now we're going to take this piece right here and put it up. It's a lot of different colors, but it all comes together so neatly. Can't wait for you to see it. All right, so we're going to put this right here. All right, here we go. And then we are going to lay down again. I have to piecemeal this, but it is okay because we're trying to shop from our stash and not spend all the money. We're going to put this right here on the floor, actually just at the bottom of the sheet, right? We're going to match this one up. I just think that looks so pretty. I am so proud of myself. Can I just take a moment and be proud of myself on camera? And I actually did it and it came out good. Oh. Y'all know how that is. Y'all know how that goes. All right. Now, what I want to do is map my two photos, and I have this same blue right here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on, Houston. I got to add this one. Let's put this on here. And you're going to see that you can barely tell where I attach these two together. Now, of course, if I would set it down and come directly to the correct end of the 12 by 12, it would match even better. So we're going to try this again. Start right there. Let's see. Oh, well, that is better. It's hard to see the edge right there, to be honest with you. Okay, so let's mat our photos on this blue. Look how that just brings them out. Brings out the color. All right, think about what you're doing, Laura. Okay, here we go. Let's put it in the center as best as possible. It's not completely centered. We don't worry about that stuff. Nothing but a thing. We're just having fun. Dwayne, our son, is turning 35. Oh my gosh, how did they grow up that fast? All right, now let's look at all these goodies. We're going to get rid of this tray. I ordered these on Amazon. They're just inexpensive plastic serving trays, and they work perfect when you're trying to organize your different pieces of ephemera. All right, now this came in one of the ephemera packs in the kit, and it was a square. So I just cut it because what I want to do is attach it to the top left of each of these photos. Now to do that, I'm going to use this liquid glue because it'll make it easier to move these around once this is attached. So let's stick it on there, and it can be drying. Make sure we got it straight. Okay, there we go. Now let's do this one. I hope that's straight. Oh, I better check it, or you guys have been looking at it crooked this whole time. Oh, there we go. We're not bad. And yes, I actually stood up on top of the chair so I could check the placement for you. I know. I care about you guys. You need to have a good experience while you're watching my channel, or you'll go away. I don't want you to go away. Please don't go away. Okay, here we go. All right, so we have these two, and they're going to go right here. And I am thinking, you know what? I'd like to have this one lifted up. Oh, we got to pause the camera. All right, so I took some adhesive foam from my stash. I cut it just short of the width of this. We're going to stick it right here in the back, making sure we are in the center. And then, of course, it has the adhesive on the opposite side. So we're going to pick that up. And nothing goes underneath these, so we are safe to lay it down. But I want to lay down that one first. So we're going to do it this way, where I'm going to have them both ready to lay down. All right. So they're going to go. I don't need to do it at the same time. Gosh, I'm such a goob sometimes. This I want to go about right here. Make sure, I'm just making sure that it's even. Such a little cutie pie. Then we're going to put this one about right here. And it already has some dimension. It's already lifted up a bit. All right, now I want to take this summertime, and we're going to stick this down. This is a piece of chipboard. Ah! Oh my gosh, that was almost a bad day. I bet I had you guys squealing too. Oh my gosh, let's everybody calm down. Got me all stressed now. All right, let's hold on to things a little more securely. For goodness sake. And you know what? It landed up on the right side, so that was good. I want to move this over just a little bit. All right, now that we have that out of my hands, we can relax. And look at this piece of ephemera. Is this not perfect? So I'm going to put this down. And I want it to go. See where that's a little white right there? It's going to go. Lift it up just a little bit. Go right there. All right. And then we have this piece. And I have already printed up the journaling to go right in there. But I want this to go about right here. And I want this 1995, because that's how old, that's not how old, that was the year that Dwayne was playing T-ball. And he, you know what? Have you guys noticed these lines are a little off? They're not straight. I'm not sure how big of a deal that is, but I know that would bother me. There we go. Does that look better? All right. We're going to put the 1995 right there. And I wanted to put the 95 down first so that when I added this right here, I'll know where to put it. All right. This has run out. I'll be right back. And there we go. How do you like that magic? Just goes by so quickly, and here we are. It is ready to be used. All right, I want to put this about right here. I'm going to cover the very bottom piece of that, the paper right there, so it's not as obvious. And then we have this piece of chipboard. Let's go outside and play. It was so fun going through all these different pieces of ephemera going, okay, what colors will work? What will look good? And just have fun laying them all down. And see, I didn't have much to say. This is one of those photos. Oh my gosh, I wish I had journaled and, written more about kids, because I did not. I was too busy being a mom. Isn't that the truth for many of us? So, yeah, I didn't have anything written down. I had to go down and ask my husband and say, Jerry, when was this photo taken? Where did we live? What were we doing? How old was Dwayne? Now, what I should have done, you know what, was to put, no, I don't want to. I changed my mind. I do not want to put string in that because I didn't want to cover up the stars and just the whole look of this. I like that just like that. So there. We're keeping it the way it is. All right, let's see. So anyway, they had to go down and ask my husband. I just showed him the photo. And it was like, where are we living? How old was Dwayne? And was this T-ball? He goes, yep. And he has a memory. Jerry, we were a Navy family. He could tell you, he could tell you the date, the day, and the ship that he was on going back 30 years. You're probably wondering where I am and what I'm doing, but what I've realized here, because I changed things, it's only the Y and the OL that will be on the photo, but the rest of it needs to be raised a little higher. There we go. I think we're good with that. With dimensional tape so that it'll be even across the page. So at least I caught it ahead of time. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Now, let's not drop it before I'm ready. I'll put this over here to add a little more dimension. And we have the stay cool. Stay cool now, everybody relax. Everybody relax. All right, now this right here, let's go outside and play. I want to put it over here. I want this little piece of chipboard. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Outside all day. I want this over this edge. Okay, I got to think things through here. I want some of this string. This came in the packaging. I'm going to show you what I like to do. You need a glue dot, and we're going to get one off. You can see them. They're very hard to see sometimes. I know there was one. Here it is. All right. I'm going to get it off in between my fingers right there. Okay. And then I'm going to roll this a little bit, just like this. Nope, just that. Nope. All right, now I need my scissors. Okay, how hard I try, I always end up, maybe it's because I'm just throwing the stuff on the floor. That may be it. All right, put the glue dot right there. And then just roll them. Roll them, roll them, roll them. Okay, and then just kind of mix it up a bit. Move it around. You want it to be messy, right? Okay, now the point is where you have that glue dot, you're going to need to make sure that it's under something. Otherwise, you're going to have a glue dot that's going to get all sticky with everything else. So we are going to move it. My hands are sticky. We're going to put it, come on now, right here. I'm going to move it right there. See how creative I am. Oh my goodness. There we go. Glue dot is covered. Things don't get messy. And I want this right here. Actually, right there. And then we want this. Now, this has nothing to do with a lucky duck. Well, I guess it could, right? Lucky duck is in you're playing well in sports. But I was just more concerned with getting a little bit of orange back there, a solid color. Let me see, lift it up just a little bit more. All right, work with me here. Right there. There we go. And then we have our star, which kind of looks like, I don't know, baseball kind of thing. What do you think? We got to figure out where we want to put it. And I think, like right there, because it'll bounce off the blue and white. And we're going to put it a little bit under that. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? We are done, my friends. What do you think? A little bit, a fun way to bring out a whole bunch of different patterns and to tell the story that I don't remember the story of. My son playing t-ball. I love how this came together in this little cluster right here. And then I'm just so incredibly proud that I did that live. Okay. And then we got our little twine here. We got this little cluster. And then look at the bottom here. I have all these different patterns of paper and I put some torn in there that shows the white core. All right, my friends. Again, this is the Open Skies, the June kit from Not Just for Boys Kit Club. In the comments below, come on and say hello. Thanks for hitting the like button and the subscribe button. And until we meet again, God bless and have an incredible day.